Hello everyone, welcome to the part 4 of our FastAPI tutorial. And today we are going to discuss about this FastAPI body. So before getting into the subject, let's understand our problem statement first. So here we have our user and here we have our server. Server have this FastAPI application and user is going to send the request with the payload of this name and price to your FastAPI server. This fast API application will have its API, and this API is created with the help of Pydantic. So this Pydantic is using the base model to validate the data which it is getting from the request, and it will look something like this. So here we have one class which is called item, and this item is the base model for the Pydantic or for your API. It is using the Pydantic base model and it is for the item class. So this item class contains this name key, description key, and price key. So here the description is optional and name and price are mandatory. So whatever the user is sending, which if it contains name and price, then yes, it's valid. And it's the ideal scenario. But in a real world, what we are providing from the request to the application is this much data. So if we are getting this much of data, which will contain like name, price, date, product category, this wish list item, this offer. So using this only single base model from your API, it will make the data as stale or in vain. We are not going to cover up all the fields which we are getting from the API request because these fields will be required for do the future analytics or to produce data for something else. So in a real world scenario, it will fail in optimization. So what's the solution? So the solution is Fast API Body. It is our hero to cover these scenarios. And what we are going to do is we are going to use this fast API body with the Pydantic so that we can take the feature of Pydantic with the fast API body to optimize our API development.
So we have our terminal here and we have a small code in which we are using the base model and it's a simple post request to create an item as we are just working with the without the database. So I'm just returning the thing, returning the item which I'm getting from the post request, and we are going to comment this section for now, and we are going to comment this Pydantic section, the imported libraries also. So let's create this fast API with the body. So we are going to import the body from the fast API library and let's create this method. Okay, so we have this async def and let's say we are going to use this create item and inside this create item, we are going to take this name. Again, we are going to use this type hints because it is required in fast API body. And with this dot dot dot, we made it as a mandatory. Again, we are going to use this description so that it will be easy for us to compare. It will be str description. Okay, it is correct. And we are going to use this body, and this body will be none. So again, we made it optional. And we are going to use this price, which will be float. And with the three dot, we made it mandatory. Am I okay. We are going to use this float goes to body. Okay. Oh, sorry, this body. We made it optional, and let's say we are going to use this offer, which will be, let's say, float, and it is again the optional one. It is typing S. So we have created this. If I need to create the post API as like the above one, app.post, uncomment this section. So our app will be available for our work. Inside the post, we are going to use the same URL which we have used for our Pydantic BaseModel. We have this API, we have created our method. Let's write the logic inside of it. And inside of it, we have this goes to name, price of price, and if description, then item description, and it will be description if offer, then again we are going to use the same part of code with the offer, and we are going to return the item. So here we have created this post request the fast API using the body. So here we can see if this name is present inside the body, it will assign this its value inside of it. If the price is available inside the body, it will assign to the price, and same goes with the offer and description. And with the three dots, we have made it mandatory that the payload which we are receiving from the request, it should contain this name and price. So let's try it out to our postman so that we can verify, yes, whether it's working fine or not. While it is starting, let's run our server. So we are going to source env script activate. We have activated our environment. We have this main file. So we are going to use this fast API CLI.py, and it started at the 127.0.0.8000. It is started at our local host. And I guess our postman is also started. Yes, we have started our postman. So inside the body, if I can say, we have this Alice and this 100.01. It's a float field, and it's a string field. So let's send this data, and we have this name and price. Let's add some more keys which we didn't handle in our API, or which we didn't even mention in any of the places for the request body. So let's say we have this flower, and it is of rose. Let's send it. Again, we got the response with the name and price.
So we have validated this API request through the return statement and the status 200. Okay, so the API which we have created through the FastAPI Body method is working perfectly fine. So here comes the question that till now we have used this Pydantic base model, and now we are using this FastAPI Body to create our API. So where should we use FastAPI Body and where should we use our Pydantic base model? So the best approach to handle this question is to use it in a hybrid way. So let's understand how to use this Pydantic base model and this FastAPI Body in a hybrid approach, so that we will have the functionality of validation and we will have the functionality of accepting n number of data through our request. So what we are going to do is, let's let's uncomment this part, and where we have created our base model and our small post API for the Pydantic base model. Let's uncomment this Pydantic libraries and create. Okay, fine, that's fine. Let's create a one class which is called off, which will be called offer with the base model. And with the base model, we are going to use this key offer. This offer will be of type str. And okay, this one base model is created successfully. Let's modify our code. And inside of our code, we are going to provide the parameter item of this item class, which will be used with the body so that it will know that the item should be present inside the body. And let's use the offer with the offer class, again with the body and the mandatory three dots. So we have created the parameter of our method, the post method, and we are going to return the data. So just to validate whether this collaboration of Pydantic base model and this FastAPI body is working fine. So here we have this item, will return the item. We have the offer, will return the offer. Okay, fine. So we have created this one post API with the item, and there is a one change which we should do before proceeding to hit the send button for our post API. We need to segregate the data as per our classes. So here we have this item class and here we have this offer class. So let's create this item and offer. Okay, so let's create this item. This item will contain the name and price. And there we will have this offer. It will contain the offer string. Let's say 90%. Let's say 90%. And we have this item, we have this offer, and we can send any other data with the complete body. So let me show you the complete picture of this payload. So in place of using all the keys and values in a single dictionary manner, we have segregated it is in the item and offer. So here we can use it in a way that the Pydantic can also understand, okay, so from which part of this payload I need to take the data and to validate it. And with the same this item and offer, if we have any other key, we can use it inside the same payload, and in the same way we can use in the different post APIs. So let's hit the send button and we have this. Okay, great. We have this status as 200. Okay. So here we have the description, here we have the price, here we have the name, and for the offer class, we have the offer. So with a single payload and the Pydantic base model, we have handled the situation where we have n number of keys and values just by the segregating it. And the segregation can be done through the user's end or from your application UI's end. So here we resolved the issue. We understood the base model terminology. We understood the fast API bodies terminology. So let's understand now the data which we have added as extra into our payload, how we are going to use that in our same method, as it is not mentioned anywhere inside of our Pydantic model. But if it is added there, so there should be some use of it. And to use that data into our method, what we are going to do is we are going to use this annotated. So just uncomment this annotated from the typing. And what we are going to do is we are going to use this flower, and this flower will be annotated, it is of string, so let's provide its type, and it should be come from the body. So okay, we have this flower, we have this item, and what else I need to mention here is, I guess, fine, that's it. Body, am I? Okay, sorry, I just forgot the comma after it, man. So we have this annotated, and what we are going to use it, we are going to again use the flower here and use the flower with the flower. So we have this annotated with the body. Something is missing here. What am I missing? Oh, okay. I didn't close the bracket. I guess it should work now. Okay, I close the bracket here. Okay, now see how good it is to resolve the error. So let's create the send request with our updated code and see what we will get. We have this item name offer description. Why didn't it saved? Okay, it got saved, but I am getting some errors here. Async await application setup completed. Let's send it again. Okay, we have this flower here. So in this part, we have understood about this FastAPI body, and we are going to use this body with this Pydantic BaseModel alongside with our all the examples in our upcoming videos. So from the next videos, we are pushing ourselves to the advanced version of FastAPI, and all the remaining basics thing we are going to cover with the advanced version. So follow me for the same. Please like, comment and subscribe, and let me know what else am I missing in the video, or what are the things which I need to update in myself or in the video. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thank you.